Hello and good afternoon. I'm Troy Rafiap and this is Larkin Wagner. We are coming to you from Freeland, Michigan, where we are experiencing some unusual weather patterns.
We know the ocean has a major effect on weather patterns. This leads us to question why and how the ocean affects Freeland, Michigan.
That's an interesting question, Larkin. It is known that prevailing westerlies are the winds that affect Freeland, but what makes prevailing winds?
Unequal heating of Earth's surface creates convection currents, and convection currents form prevailing winds.
Unequal heating also causes permanent high and low pressure, and wind blows from a high to a low. It creates surface ocean currents and convection currents, which make surface ocean currents move. Warm air or water by the equator moves towards the poles, which then cools down and moves from the poles to the equator. This creates convection currents, atmosphere, and ocean. The prevailing winds or westerlies will bring this warm air up to Freeland, Michigan. Then the trade winds will bring it to Europe.
Unequal heating causes evaporation of heat, energy, and water from the ocean. Convection currents bring the heat and energy and water to Michigan. This affects the way heat and water are transferred between the ocean and atmosphere. Also, precipitation moves heat, energy, and water from the atmosphere onto land.
Wow, that's interesting. However, you talked about ocean currents and how convection currents make them move. But what other factors affect ocean circulation?
The factors that affect ocean circulation are wind patterns, location of land masses, and the Coriolis effect. By the way, the Coriolis effect is the curving of moving objects caused by Earth's rotation.
So we know that because of the Coriolis effect, prevailing winds in the northern hemisphere curve to the right, or this way, and prevailing winds in the south curve to the left, so this way. Well, now we know mostly how the ocean mainly affects Freeland, Michigan, but there is other things to discuss. One of these subjects is El Nino and how it affects Freeland, Michigan. For this subject, let's take a look outside. So now that we're outside, Larkin, can you tell us about El Nino?
El Nino is when the ocean surface temperatures warm up in the Southern Pacific Ocean. It forms off the west coast of South America. El Nino forms because trade winds weaken, so the warm water is not pushed across the ocean towards Australia or Asia. This causes Freeland, Michigan to have a warmer winter and year.
So how does El Nino affect Freeland's economy?
Well, this year Apple Mountain opened late in January and closed early because they couldn't make snow because of the warm temperatures. Another event that happens is the private snowplow companies lose money because there isn't enough snow. Also, ice fishing, recreational ice fishing, doesn't happen as much, so those businesses that sell the equipment lose money. Another example is snowmobiling doesn't happen as much, so not as many sleds are sold. Also, restaurants or hotels in the UP don't make as much money and rely on from the ice fishing and snowmobiling.
That's right, Larkin. But how about La Nina? How does La Nina affect Freeland, Michigan?
La Nina causes ice fishing to increase due to upwelling. Upwelling is when warm water sinks as cold water rises. The fish rise with that because they like the cold nutrient water and makes the fishing industry more profitable. It's a big industry because all of the Great Lakes, which have rivers that lead to the ocean.
Interesting.
Yes, I believe so. Anyways, I was thinking about the development of weather patterns over the ocean, and it made me wonder how they move and influence from Michigan.
Well, as we know, prevailing winds in the northern hemisphere rotate to the right, and prevailing winds in the southern hemisphere rotate to the left. But another thing that influences the weather are jet streams. A jet stream is a narrow band of very strong westerly air currents circling the globe several miles above the Earth. Jet streams bring different weather patterns to Freeland depending on which side of the jet stream we are on and the season we are in. The jet streams also influence all of our weather patterns. In addition, when there are hurricanes in the south, we might get the outskirt weather of the hurricane, such as heavy winds and rain.
The way the weather pattern moves is amazing. Let's head back inside.
I find it crazy how the ocean affects our weather pattern even though Freeland, Michigan is many miles away from the ocean. It is also amazing how prevailing winds or westerlies bring our weather.
I totally agree with you, Tori. I believe everything is connected.
That's true, Larkin. Prevailing westerlies are the winds that affect Freeland, Michigan. These winds curve to the right due to the Coriolis effect. Unequal heating causes convection currents, which create these winds, and unequal heating causes evaporation of heat, energy, and water from the ocean.
Also, El Nino and La Nina affect Freeland's economy.
Therefore, the ocean affects Freeland, Michigan.
That's all we have for today. Watch us next week when we discuss the reasons why gas prices differ. Alright, finish. I'm looking at myself. Alright, take 2.